Outside the Willett Intercontinental Hotel in Washington, D.C., where Prime Minister Narendra Modi is staying. The hotel is not too far from the Capitol Hill, which is just about a few blocks away from us and in our line of vision from where we're standing right now. Security is so tight around here. There are barricades set up all around the hotel, but at the same time, for several blocks around the hotel, the streets have been closed off. The closures have been in effect since early this morning. The place is crawling with security service all around. To get into the hotel, you have to go through several security checkpoints set up at almost every single corner. As you can see, there are checkpoints set on this side, on the other side, and then once you enter to the hotel, you go through here and you come inside, and that's where you have to again go through identification process to get inside. No stone has been left unturned to make sure the place is absolutely tight and secured. K9 units are on the ground, Secret Service is on the ground, and of course the hotel has their own security setup over here. In a little while, in a few hours from now, Prime Minister Modi is going to be coming down and addressing the Indian community which have gathered across the street at the local park here. Hundreds of people are here just to get a glimpse of the Prime Minister and to see and have him address them. And from that, he will be starting his day on with the summit that he's here for. What did you take from it? What is it do you feel that India brought to the table in overall?
Well, India brought the future of astrophysics to the table. They are building a detector which is the only such third set of a detector which can look for gravitational waves in the universe. This is what the future of astrophysics is going to be like. And to have a Prime Minister, the top leader who has many other things in life to be occupied about, to be so interested and have the reading that he could ask us like such a perfect questions and expect us be so interested about this whole process was just mind blown.
And I understand there were other scientists in the room as well who also gave their inputs on different aspects of science and technology.
Yes. So we had the director of the LIGO experiment, David Reitze. Then we had Professor Rana Adhikari, who is an experimentalist. And then we had two more young scientists, which is Nancy and me. I personally do the theory part, that I ask the question that if LIGO sees something, can you say it's a black hole or not? So that's the kind of work that I have done.
So after this meeting, how do you feel? How far do you think this implementation will go? From the talks, it sounded really good, but realistically, how did you feel about it?
Oh, I felt very optimistic. I've never felt more optimistic in life, I'll say. To have Prime Minister not only assuring us that they would do every checks that they can to make sure this project happens in the lifetime that we need it to happen, but that his suggestions, which were like that we need to develop human resources, we need to train scientists to be a part of this. How would you go to the school level, to the college level, to make them motivate? He even gave like an excellent example that, to build toys of two black hole collisions are how LIGO works. We should actually do all those science outreach, meet such kind of industry, small scale industry, and get them also part of such a process. I thought it was phenomenal.
So I have to ask you $1 million question. After your studies at Georgetown are done,
I'm going to go back to India and work on the LIGO India project. I am very much waiting.
Okay.
I want to set up like a supercomputer simulation facilities in India, which can be applied not just to the astrophysics, but can be also applied to a wide variety of applications like weather and oceanography.
Literature that is coming out from the Nuclear Security Summit, earlier editions also, the kind of legitimacy it gives to nuclear stockpiles. It really does not talk about eliminating nuclear weapons in any manner. It just talks about managing them in a manner that they're secure.
So one of the most important things that's come out of the nuclear security the summit process has been where countries have agreed to reduce their highly enriched uranium and have low enriched uranium, which cannot be put to this kind of use. That's actually a very positive contribution. I think if you're taking a look at the safety and security issues, this has been a really important contribution that the summit has made.
Right. So if that be the case, then, for example, there was this report recently from Harvard Kennedy School which said that a possibility of ISIS, for example, getting hold of a dirty bomb from Pakistan is really high. Someone who's a South Asia expert, you see that possibility really?
I think people do worry about what could happen in the case of a terrorist attack in Pakistan. People are generally worried about that, and the fact that there are nuclear weapons in Pakistan is certainly a concern. I think if you were to ask any American, that would actually be an issue that kind of starts to rise to the top of the list of concerns.
So, someone who has been part of the Obama administration, you think that the establishment here in DC really has kind of leverage with Pakistan that things can be taken care of?
Well, that is a big question, isn't it? I think certainly I'm well aware of the concerns that friends in India have had for years. I think many of us who have been looking at Pakistan's challenge with terrorism have been very concerned about the fact that there are internationally designated terrorists who really are not brought to law enforcement or brought to justice in any account. If you were to ask U.S. members of Congress, they've become very concerned about specifically this issue of terrorism and what we see unfolding there.